Okay, unmute your microphone. Hi there. Okay, try again.
I'm hearing you very well.
Excellent. I'm hearing you very well as well.
Yes, nice.
Okay. Everybody, bear in mind for the live chat, if you don't have headphones on, you can get quite a lot of feedback from your speakers. So if you're using your computer speaker, don't have it too loud. That'll minimize the feedback. And if you find that you're having problems, or if somebody mentions that perhaps there's some kind of problem, mute yourselves. Well, you will be on mute while you're not presenting. But yeah, so just keep your speakers down for feedback when you're presenting, if you're not using earphones. Okay. Oh, and has everyone got their phones off? Or on mute, should I say, at least. Let's see what else I have on my list to remind you of.
How many seconds? No. Okay.
Sounds like you're going on live, guys. I'll see you afterwards. Best of luck to everyone. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Oh, am I? Okay. Yay. I'm happy we are live. So welcome to the pitch competition, everybody. This is the thing we've all been waiting for. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. I'll just share my screen here. And it's sharing. Perfect. So why are we doing this? Well, for starters, the big picture is that oceans are the life support system of our planet. They are what is keeping us alive and well, people. And I'm sure you know this by now. And we also believe that at the core of it, it is businesses that should implement the change. And this should be collaborated with innovations that are led by science, technology, and entrepreneurship. And if done at the right time, right scale, right pace, it will definitely be a positive disruption. So who are we thinking about? Well, we're talking about ocean-minded startups. And so that means that it's the people who directly or indirectly have a positive effect on the ocean. And they are a for-profit and operate in Africa. With a scalable service or product, they are able to be entrepreneurs and have all their products on the market. And we are just, Ocean Hub Africa is trying to help them, and along with the other partners, has helped them to actually be able to put out their products or services. This is clearly very innovative, and I'm excited to see what they have. So let's get into it. We will start off by introducing our panelists, our jury members. So we'll start with Laura Bobber, and she is an environment and climate expert at the French Embassy in South Africa. So welcome. And then up next, we have Linton Berger. He is the Ocean Impact Investor and Advisor at Ocean Hub Africa. Up next, Craig Smith, who is the Senior Manager for Marine Program at WWF South Africa. Up next, Veronica Spiva, who is representing 3D Experience Lab, as she is a consultant there. And then, oh, apologies. And then last but not least, we have Henry Zitzman, a startup business development manager at AWS. Awesome. So without further ado, let's have, okay, so how this will work is the startups get 5 minutes to introduce their product or service, and they'll have 3 minutes for questions. Perfect. We will start off with Savo, if you're able to.
Yeah, I can share my screen. Would you please? Yeah.
I will unshare in 2 seconds. Perfect.
Sure, thank you. Hello, good morning. My name is Ali, the co-founder and CEO of Cevo. At Cevo, we design and manufacture clean, green, energy-powered marine transportation devices. In the past 7 years, I have developed many underwater robots. With this experience, I have found an opportunity in the electric marine mobility. Globally, the personal watercraft industry is worth $1.3 billion, with a 7% annual growth. In 2018, tours spent more than $1 billion on water sports and entertainment activities in Egypt. There are more than 140 aqua-entertainment centers and over 3,000 yachts spread in 55 marinas across our legendary beaches on the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. Sadly, due to marine pollution caused primarily by fuel emissions, coral reefs and the underwater ecosystems are gradually dying. If we continue at this rate, Egypt stands to lose 95% of the $6 billion coral reef tourism generates. That's why the government has decided to ban jet skis and the other damaging devices in many coastal areas. Meet our first product, Cevo Orca. Orca is the first multi-purpose battery-powered portable personal watercraft designed and manufactured in Egypt. Orca can run for 1 hour at a speed up to 20 kilometers per hour, dragging 100 kilograms of weight. It can also be controlled wirelessly for convenience with potential rescue applications. Cevo Orca was designed by me and my team who have extensive experience designing and building underwater submarines for many research universities. Its design is unique and innovative. It is smaller than its competitors, significantly lighter, and less costly to manufacture and sell. It will be fully manufactured in Egypt with batteries and motors that are imported and manufactured specifically according to our designs. Cevo Orca costed $3,000 to make at scale and sold for $5,000 per unit, significantly lower than all the competing products. Each unit will come with a 2-year warranty and service agreement of $500 per year. And we are the only company that will provide after-sales services in Egypt. Due to significant tariffs on imported goods and exemptions for locally manufactured products, Cevo's price point will be significantly lower than any competing products. Camera and Cevo, our main competitors, cost about $10,000 per unit in Egypt and are much larger and heavier. Another current alternative in the local market are jet skis, but they consume 25 liters of oil per hour and have high operating and maintenance costs. Moreover, each 1 hour of riding jet skis emits 8 tons of CO2s. Additionally, according to the Paris Climate Change Agreement, fossil fuel vehicles will be banned by 2040. We are targeting a B2B market with 3 main segments: over 140 aqua-entertainment centers, 70 tourist companies, and 3,000 yachts located in 55 marinas. 80% of our market is located in Hurghada and Sharm el-Sheikh, where we will conduct demo days using our pilot product, showing it to potential customers, and sign pre-order contracts as we are manufacturing in batches. The current Egyptian market capacity is over 4,000 units. We are planning to capture 7% of the Egyptian local market in the first 2 years, with a total revenue of $1.4 million, and in the third year will expand to the Gulf market, selling a total of 500 units and reaching 20% net margin. According to our customer interviews and surveys, the values that we provide are the first, it's a portable product and a safe product that even your kids or a non-professional can use it. It's a portable and affordable product like a price of laptop. Also, we provide a customer service and maintenance agreements. And finally, it's eco-friendly product. Through the past year, we invested and raised more than $90,000 building prototypes and validate the problem and the solution. And then we surveyed more than 100 target customers, tested the prototypes with tens of them. Now we are in the final stages of manufacturing the product, and we are launching the first pilot in the upcoming weeks. In just 2 weeks, we have talked to 7 customers, 4 of which are interested to buy 12 units. And earlier this week, we successfully signed the first 2 pre-orders. And now we are contracting with 20 units and the pre-order sales at the 1st of January at a price 25% higher than our planned price. Cevo aims to electrify marine mobility. So we are not limited to single product, but we are targeting to introduce new products in the entertainment sectors for now. In our later stage, we will introduce more daily usage products like e-boats, yachts, and many more. Our team has more than 7 years experience in underwater robotics, winning international awards, 10 years in tourism and entertainment sector, and industrial manufacturing, supply chain, and marketing. Our advisors bring a history of innovation management, green energy deployment, as well as inventing and selling global tech products. We envision a green future. We believe the future is electric. Now it's your turn. Thank you.
Wow, that was very impressive.
Thank you.
Perfect. That was very impressive. Thank you very much. Now, if the jury has any questions, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Ali, thank you very much for that presentation. It's Craig here. Just maybe 2 questions. One is a follow-on on the other, and basically just understand the product that's being developed. Is it basically to replace the jet ski? Is that the main focus? And if yes, with that product, how much impact do you expect to obtain in terms of environment? What sort of reduction in environmental pollution are you anticipating from developing this product?
Okay, sure. First, we are not directly competing with jet skis in the meantime, but we are introducing a new alternative or a green alternative for the entertainment devices, more safer and more green than any competing products on the competing products that locally made. But we are planning to replace jet skis. And in the meantime, with the current current sales that we have, that the 22 units that we sold, we reduced more than a ton of fuel that consumed usually by jet skis by the same customers. When the later time, and if we expand and then introduce the product to many more customers and become popular to use using the batteries, we will reduce more and more of tons of emissions that are caused by the jet skis or boats.
Thanks, Ali.
You're welcome.
Hi, Ali. It's Henry here from Amazon Web Services. I really like the potential to expand the tech stack to offer SaaS value proposition as a differentiator really in what you're doing. How do you see that side of your value proposition expanding?
Okay. First, we know we have a competitors in the green sector or the electric sector, but we are trying to modify our product or to make our product more convenient to different age range, for starting from the kids to the adult or the older users. So because it's very small and very portable, but it's not the only focus on the portability or the age range, but provide a safe or a safe product. Actually, our product, it can be customized and used for rescue applications. So it will be faster than rescue guards, or even you don't have to rescue with two people or two people on rescue, the rescue guard and the victim on the water. So using this product instead to save more.
So my second question is more about expanding kind of the market really. I am a jet ski lover, and I buy speed. So I wanted to figure out why 25 Ks. What's the reason for that?
5K.
25 kilometers per hour. Is that a limit that you deploy, or is there a regulatory reason for that?
It's a regulation. Yeah. I can't exceed more than that speed. But technically, in a technical side, we can exceed that speed and much more level. But we can't do so because of regulations. Okay,
that's good. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Wow, very thoughtful questions. Thank you very much, Ali, for that presentation. Let's move on to our next entrepreneur, and that will be Baitfish.
So hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I'm assuming you can hear me. So I'll carry on with the pitch. My name is Martin Purvis. I'm talking about an innovation that can greatly change the way that tuna fisheries operate, and it's pitched at sustainable fisheries. So we are an international NGO, the International Pole and Line Foundation, that work with tuna fisheries all over the world, developing, supporting, and promoting environmentally sustainable and socially responsible one-by-one tuna fisheries, pole and line and hand line fisheries. We are registered in South Africa as a non-profit company, and our pitch is really aimed at small-scale entrepreneurs in many of the countries where we operate. Our team, we have an international team, 20 full-time staff members spread out all over the world, with many years of experience working in tuna fisheries. We are supported by our technical and scientific and technical advisory committee and market advisory group, which are experts from the market side and from the scientific community. We have a growing network of international members, including retailers in Germany, Switzerland, the UK, the US, and in South Africa, we work closely with Woolworths. We also work with many brands and tuna supply chain companies all over the world. So we have a proven concept working with the business community. We work closely with fishermen as well. And as I said, we are focused on the low environmental impact type of fisheries. Tuna is a global commodity, so very important also in the time of the pandemic, and the impacts on small-scale fisheries have been widely felt across the world. The type of fisheries we work with, although they are seen as the most sustainable in terms of their impacts on the environment, one issue that potentially has negative impacts is the live bait that the fishers rely on for their fishing operations. Live bait is used on the vessels to create a feeding frenzy with the tuna schools, and this could have potential impacts on overfishing of live bait stocks. One solution is to really look at the ratio of the use of live bait compared to the tuna catch.
Martin?
Yep.
That sounds very awesome. But if you only have 5 minutes, and if you could pitch it to us, that would be amazing.
Okay. So I'm getting to the solution. The solution is looking at our LED light technology. It's a concept where we work with a UK-based partner called Safety Net Technologies. They have proven the usage of LED light in bycatch mitigation in many fisheries. The application we are looking at in the Maldives, the pole and line fishery where we work, is to deploy LED lights on the vessels and simulate the tuna frenzy that would, or the bait school that would attract the tuna species. So the idea is deploy the LED lights in combination with fish scales and fish skins, which are byproducts from the fishery, create the impression in the minds of tuna that there's bait schools, and initiate a tuna frenzy that will lead to catches. The proof of concept, we will do that next year in the Maldives. We've already received funding to do that. And the next step would then be looking at commercialization, market strategy, scaling, and rollout. The ocean impact. The ocean impact. Yep.
Just a tiny question. Sorry, Martin.
Yes.
Do you perhaps have a PowerPoint?
No, I don't. Unfortunately, this
Okay.
was done in another software called Canva. So this is a
Okay.
PDF. Is it not showing correctly?
No, no.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
dear. That is a problem. So I'll have to send it to you afterwards. But the ocean impact is reduced impact on obviously small scale or small pelagic stocks, and also looking at climate change impacts with reduction of time and effort spent on bait fishing. There will be fuel consumption saving by the fishermen. And the idea is that any reduction in cost could be plowed back in investments in renewable technologies, such as solar technology for using in the refrigeration of the ocean. So that's it. Sorry that it didn't display correctly. I don't know what went wrong there. It did display correctly when I did the test.
Well, we understand, and thanks for speaking very clearly. We could kind of put images in our own minds.
Did you not see anything then?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, I'll email it through to you now.
Okay, but let's find out if any of our jury members have any questions.
Martin Linton here. Sadly, I'm struggling to get a sort of picture of what this technology looks like. Just in a few words, can you paint us a picture of what these LED lights look like? Where are they attached? Is it in the water? Is it above the water? I can't picture what you're talking about, to be honest.
Okay, well, apologies. It would have shown up in the presentation. So it is LED lights that are deployed underwater. It will be deployed at the stern of the vessel, and it has been used in the technology has been used in bycatch mitigation and fishing operations, mostly related to trawling operations, where certain species are persuaded from entering fishing nets, but the technology has also been applied for attracting different species. The wavelength is important, as well as the frequency and intensity of the lights. So we'll be doing trials with SN Tech on the different ways of deploying different types of LEDs and seeing what works the best.
Martin, Craig speaking. Thanks for your presentation and pitch. Just a quick question. So the LED lights, do they work in tandem with the water sprayers? And do you still do a bit of chumming as well, but just a reduction in chumming to lock in the fish? Is my understanding correct?
Yes, that's correct. So we would still use some live bait and the water sprayers on the pole and line vessels. and combine that with the LED lights, as well as the what we refer to as a bait bomb, which is a combination of fish scales and fish skin, which will lead to the LED lights reflecting off the fish scales underwater in the water column, creating the impression that there's a lot more bait fish available. Because once you get the tuna into a feeding frenzy, they often take the hook without any bait involved. So it's initiating the feeding frenzy is the main trigger, really.
Thanks, Martin. Just a follow-up, where exactly are you intending to trial this work?
We will be trialing it in the Maldives, and we are also talking to our local partners in South Africa. We work with a few industry associations in South Africa, and potentially also deploy it in South Africa. As you know, the fishing, the way of fishing is a bit different in South Africa, so we haven't finalized that trial, but the one in the Maldives is definitely happening in the beginning of 2021.
Thanks, Martin.
So I've got one question here. So Martin, why it takes so long to actually go and do the proof of concept? It sounds, I mean, like I've done some research on this now, and it's, I mean, it's really cool. I mean, how would you speed this up?
In one short word, it's COVID. It's the pandemic that's keeping us from doing it immediately. And we actually had plans to do the deployment early this year, and obviously our plans fell through. The Maldives have been quite badly hit by COVID, and being a small sort of island state country, you know, there's very strict measures in terms of people coming into the Maldives and so on. So we have staff members in the Maldives, but in recent times, they've not been able to be deployed on the fishing vessels. So as soon as we get the green light on those and our UK partners are ready to travel, then we plan to get down there.
All right. Thanks very much, Martin. Thanks, jury members, for asking very good questions.
Thank you.
We will move on now to Smart Fish.
Thank you. Let me first share my screen. My name is Samuel Mizero. I'm having Smart Fish project. This is Smart Fish platform. First, the problem I have seen, the ocean are being overexploited. Like 87% of fish species are overexploited or have collapsed. And there is the poor management of fishers. The fishers don't have the common reading platform to easy commandment. And the fishers don't get the trainings. That was the problem. And we come up with the solution. A web platform where fishers can get smart fishing platform work hand in hand with the administration, where they will receive trainings through the platform. They will get command. They will be commanded because there is administrators, and this will reduce overexploitation. Smart Fish positive ocean impact. This will prohibit certain forms of fisheries which contribute overfishing through trainings. And this will allow reported and regulated fishing through the platform, where the people will get the time to fish or the time of stopping to fish in the ocean or wrecks or other fisheries. And this will also allow legal fishing, and it will conserve marine and coastal areas seasonally. And here we have the product where the fisher will go and get the trainings and get the notification and get chat to chat, a fisher to fisher, fisher to admin. And the next is how it works. You must be a member to access the platform. And it have right speed. It is too responsive. And we have the market size. We are predicting all African coastal and landlocked countries, fishers or their ministries. All of them, they have to be included. And we have the business model. We are targeting to get $10 million per year by national ministries and $6 per year through the page visits. And we are targeting $16 million annual average income. And we are targeting to the rate of growing. Until 2030, we will have 40% growing rate. And from 2031 onward, we have 7% annual profit growing rate. And the technology within the platform, it is PHP and Python based, and it have graphical user interface, and it works all the time. It is multilingual, that it supports every local language. It will support it, and it have right speed as well. And the stages of development, we are on 90% developing it, and we are targeting 21st January 2021 to be finished, to have the working thing. And even if now it is working, but it will be finished. And I have the team where I'm the developer and CEO, and I have the John Tuombe for public relations, Christian Kubrekezi for customer care. And we have the key selling options. It is user-friendly. It have management tools. It have forums where they'll be discussing the topics, fishers or admins or ministries. And we have the chats between fishers and admins, and it is quick and responsive. And we have the cashier branching, or means monetary calculation. If the fisher is fishing, we get the place where I can put the journal, or where we help him to calculate the income and where to invest. And this also will be showing where there is a fish, where they are selling fishes. Maybe in South Africa there is a much fish, and maybe in Burundi no fish, and they get notified. Those fishers of South Africa, they get notified that in Burundi there is no fish, and they share the price through chats and forums. And Smart Fish, we have tested it 26 times so that to ensure it will be working very well. And here it is built for everyone. Fishers' data will be protected. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuel. We appreciated that. We'll move straight to our jury members. If you have any questions, we'd appreciate that.
Thanks, Samuel, for your presentation. It's Craig here from WWF. And just two very quick questions. First of all, Samuel, who is the target audience for SmartFish? Is it commercial? Is it small scale? I see you indicate the whole of Africa, which is mainly as small scale fisheries. And secondly, in terms of training material, what sort of training material has been devised? Where are you obtaining your training material? Is it generic training material, or is it specific to certain issues? So just if you could give a bit more info on that. Thanks, Samuel.
Okay. This platform will work on small fisheries and the huge fisheries. It will comprise all. Either you are big business or small fisheries. Everyone, it is open for everyone who is called fisher. Either you are big or small. Everyone is included. And it is free to it is not free, but it is free for fisher. But for ministries, because it will allow the ministries to control the fishers, ministries will pay. But the fishers are free to go there and get the trainings where they'll be getting the overall trainings on how to fish, modern ways of fishing, the way to fish, the good way to fish, and and they get other trainings which can lead to stop of over exploitation. Thank you.
Thanks, Samuel. If I just may, a quick follow-up. If it's open to all, and you would also like to maybe look at small-scale fishers, a lot of the small-scale fishers don't have access to internet access. And this is a web-based platform. So just how do you intend to roll this out for small-scale fishers?
Yes, because those small fishers, they'll be in groups. You will apply and you will be in a group basing on your location. If in South Africa or, for example, in Tanzania, there is many fishery groups on the coast, they will be in groups and they will have the admin. And that admin, he will get the trainings and facilitate those small fishers so that they can get what is said on the platform.
Perfect. Any other questions? All righty. Then we'll move on to our next entrepreneurs. Blue Ocean Venture. Please blow our minds.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Can you folks see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, then, brilliant. As a way of introduction, we are Blue Ocean Ventures, and we're sort of tinkering with emerging technologies in and around a port environment. The problem that we're addressing is essentially congestion in the busiest port on the continent, the port of Durban. So delays in the port cause a ripple effect of container trucks missing their slots, especially on the Transnet booking system. And essentially, this creates a mobility nightmare for the city of Durban. Current approaches to the problem have reached and spoke to the rehabilitation and expansion of additional lanes, and essentially looking at potential secondary access roads, but more importantly, a sort of economic project that is looking at intermodal hub that is based just outside of the Cato Ridge. Now, our solution really is looking at a technology-powered solution. So through the use of machine learning and artificial intelligence, what we're trying to do is to enable port tenants to use image and video data sets to really understand the movement of goods and services that are happening in the port through compelling visualizations. Our value proposition is essentially that we can deploy these solutions quite quickly. We employ artificial intelligence and machine learning aspects. We're essentially looking to gear ourselves for cloud and computer vision that really speaks to the sort of the growth and the scaling aspect. And the beauty about our solution is that we're using low-tier emerging technologies that allows for us to customize and sort of build as per cases for different organizations. So we started our proof of concept using this sort of technology stack, so static images and drone photography. How the system works is essentially we upload the image data, and what we do is we build a model based on that and build it to context-specific models, and then we're able to analyze events in real time. Some of the applications might include understanding the movements of trucks within our city system, and this will help with town planning initiatives and urban planners. But this also assists freight forwarders in understanding the movement of goods and services in the port environment. Another application that we have found most compelling is when we start looking at the inspection of ship vessels and hulls. So there are certainly very inaccessible areas in the vessel, and this, when we start looking at ship maintenance and repair, this is when we would deploy a drone within this environment and move into spaces where traditionally weren't being accessed using our image, our imagery. Another vertical that we've explored is understanding and the mapping of assets within these industrial environments. What this means is that because we are now privy to environments that weren't previously accessed through people, we're now able to sort of move in and visualize some of the assets that are in this port environment. So then we can create a nice visualization on the actual image, understanding the code, looking at the date of last service, and essentially create meta tags and a labeling system on these images. Another compelling one when we start looking at marine sustainability is looking at the issue of pollution in the river systems. And we've sort of found a way to map, or to rather through our image data to pick up the color of bottles. Now, the funny thing is this allows us to actually, number one, measure the volume of plastic pollution that's moving outside of our rivers, but also understand what type of waste exists there. And this essentially also then helps corporates close the full loop on understanding and give them a visual measure of some of their products that are entering into the river systems. Our product summary is essentially based on image processing and real-time image labeling, especially around the movement of goods. The functionality is a backend with the client CMS with a report summary. We have an additional feature of other ports where we built our proof of concept on IBM Watson. And the business model is quite simple. So we have a web-based CMS. We're looking at licensing fees and hardware deployments. We're looking at offering this as a SaaS solution as well. How we go about this is through direct sales. Compelling sort of customer segments have been identified as ship owners, freight forwarders, logistics and supply chains firms, and more essentially the FMCGs. We're especially placed to do this because we've got professional that is apex in supply chain, has worked with some of the larger FMCG brands, and is currently in the e-commerce space as well. Outside of that, I am skilled in data science. I've sort of background in the built environment. And thank you very much. That is Blue Ocean Ventures.
Amazing. Thank you. That was well done. Now for questions from our jury members.
Hi, so yeah, very nice presentation. I love the applications of machine learning and, for sure, obviously we do that quite a bit. There's also a few startups that's quite active in the Durban Port Authority in this context. I just want to try and figure out, there was a lot of projects that you presented. Are any of these sold or selling already or deployed? What's that side of it look?
Cool. Thank you very much for the question, Henry. So I think what we did was we really started off on the visualization aspects around the movement of cargoes, and again, because of the drone licensing issue, especially around the port environment, we've had to initially explore other sort of verticals, and this has lent us to the idea of understanding dead stock or dead assets within the industrial environment. So not necessarily
Oh no, looks like Nkululeko is having a little bit of trouble there.
Over the port, but in port operations leading to the port, on average to the port. So that we thought was also a very interesting and a compelling vertical that we could sort of
Nkululeko, can you hear us?
Yes, loud and clear. My apologies.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. I think we missed the last sentence of what you were saying.
Oh, okay. So I just was pointing to the fact that it's not the many things. I think the core product is the machine learning aspect, and the verticals that were presented were revenue generating streams. I hope I answered you there, Henry.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So what you're saying is you have deployed some of these machine learning models already. You were a bit stuck on the drones. That's understandable. Great stuff. Thank you.
Any more questions? Or should we move on? All righty. I don't hear a question. So we will move on to the next startup, which is Sieben. Please, Sieben, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Momelezi Mfunani. I'm from Wellington Boat Maintenance and Training. Wellington Boat Maintenance and Training is a brimming venture that seeks to employ young people within the maritime industry. What we do, we provide boat maintenance services. The Seabin project has been part of our journey as Wellington. We believe in ocean health. Seabins are a smart skim trash. So what does a Seabin work? You install them in the marina and they collect garbage. They are light in electricity and they collect oil, fuel, detergent, and the trash. So,
sorry to bother. Momelezi, can I please ask you to make your presentation full screen?
Okay.
That way we can see it beautifully.
All right. Let me start from scratch. Can everyone see it? Let me just stop share and share again. Can you see it properly now?
Yes, we can see it. It's just there's a button there that shows you can make it full screen. Or if you are on Windows, you can press Control F.
Can you see it now?
Yes, that's fine.
Can you see it fully?
Yes,
all right.
It's okay, we'll do.
Thank you very much. So let me carry on. I would like to quote, before I carry on, the words from Andrew Tatton. If we can have rubbish bins on land, then why not have them on the water? So as I was saying, sea bins can be installed in the marinas, in the ports, in the rivers, or in the lakes. They collect rubbish, they have a sanction system. The ocean pollution has been the biggest challenge to the environment and in general. So our solution, we thought sea bins could be the great solution to stop the pollution, the plastic pollution from entering the deep seas. How does sea bins work? Sea bins are situated at the surface of the plumber into the shore base and they pump on the dock. And the water gets sunk into the sea bin, bringing the floating debris. I would like to display a video, a short video clip, just to see everyone else so that they can understand. Display this.
Momeleza, can you see the video on your side?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we can't see it because you are only sharing your PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, let me continue.
Okay.
Let me continue. I'm gonna stop the video and continue from my side. So our target market are dams, marinas, ports, lakes, yacht clubs. Then the question is, what next when the trash has been collected? So we have two types of waste, the recycling and the non-recycling material. So the recycling material will then turn them into something of value. Maybe we create a door stopper or a bowl or anything that can be sold and make profit out of it. And then the non-recycled material will then channel them into the dumping site managed by the Department of Environment Affairs. However, there are new developments on non-recycled material. There's a company called Pristine Drain Collective, which we had a good relationship with. What they're wanting to do, they want to turn the non-recyclable material into low-cost housing, even though that has not really materialized, but it's something that it's on the pipeline. Then what are the milestones have been achieved? We have collaborated with the Cape Peninsula University of Technology. And what the collaboration between us, the student will then develop products with the recyclable material and turn them into something of value. And this is our team dynamics. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Let's hear from our jury members if there are any questions. Sorry, Linton, you are muted.
Linton Berger here. I just want to understand your business model a bit better, because Seaben is an Australian company. So what is your relationship with Seaben in Australia, and you know, how are you going to make money with this venture? You know, as a license holder, I'm assuming you hold the license for South Africa. Can you just confirm the geographical area that you have the Seaben for, and you know, how will you make money, assuming you have to pay Seaben in Australia for the technology?
Thank you so much for the question. So the idea here is to purchase these Seabens from Australia, and the bigger goal is to have a relationship with them where we can buy their rights and be able to manufacture them here in SA. So how I'm gonna make money from this is that I'm gonna list them out to the yacht clubs, to the ports, to municipalities. That's how we're gonna make. That's how we're gonna list. We're gonna create some sort of a profit and be able to maintain the machines for a longer period of time.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Momolezi, sorry, Craig here. Just thank you for your presentation. I just wanted to ask with regards to the Seaben, what are the limitations in terms of Seaben, in terms of its operating limitations? Do you require still mariners in order to be effective in collecting the dirt? Because applying it to South Africa, it's a very high energy coastline. And just, will there be enough water current to direct the trash into the bin in some of our marinas in South Africa? So just a question from there, is it directly applicable?
So basically, the Seabens, you install them in the marina, and you just install them just above, just below the surface, and they have a suction system. So they suck the water through it, and they're using they are powered, but very light and efficient in power, and they can also be converted into a solar system. I'm not sure if does that really answer your question.
Not quite. I was just thinking, taking the size of like Cape Town Harbour, for example, which is, okay, that's quite a sheltered harbour. How many of these Seabens would you have to deploy in order to effectively clean up the trash that's floating in the harbour? And yeah.
That's a good question. I've done a little bit of research here. I'm currently at the Royal Cape Yacht Club, and I've done a little bit of research and looking at the area of the marina and how many bins will fit here. They will probably need 5 sea bins within the Royal Cape Yacht Club marina. What then means for a port is that we're gonna look at, if you heard me from the beginning, we had the relationship with the Department of Maritime from CPUT. We'll then approach the project as pilot first, as pilot, and understand the water flow as well, and target the areas where the trash is mostly likely to move on, and then install the sea bins there.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. We will move on to our last startup, and that will be Aquaria.
Thanks, Lisa. I'm going to try and share my screen. Let me know if you can see that. Okay, thanks. So it's my pleasure to speak to you about Aquaria today. So Aquaria is a spin-off company created by the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, CPUT for short. So Aquaria is mandated basically to take the technologies within the university directed at ocean management and monitoring, and to basically translate that into real tangible offerings out there in society. Why is it not changing? Sorry, I'm just having a problem trying to get my slides to, okay, there you go. Okay, so over the last 2 days, what you would have heard is that there's really a lot of potential in the oceans. And part of this is that the South African government has identified the oceans as having a lot of potential to grow jobs, a lot of jobs, you're looking at around 1 million jobs, and to grow the GDP as well. And then I think an important statement that they made in their strategy document is that key to unlocking the full potential of the ocean is ocean observation capability, right? And there's different types of ocean observation capability, and I'm also recognizing that you also utilize Earth observation from space as well. So what we've done at CPUT is we work with government over the last 10 years to actually meet this need. We've collaborated with them, with the various departments of government, to actually develop a device that we feel confident will meet the full need of the government in terms of ocean measurement and monitoring systems. So here you see our Army device, the Coastal Observer Smart Buoy System. This is market ready and ready to deploy at this time. An example of the type of service offerings, we have systems on board which allow us to detect and measure the dissolved carbon dioxide and oxygen levels in the water. This allows us to predict when algal blooms are about to happen, and so we can provide early warning to coastal communities about the possibility of red tides occurring. Another system that we have on the platform is ship tracking, and so we can predict, we can actually monitor ship activity within our EEZ. And so using this, we then can predict whether there's any illegal activity happening. And obviously this is of value to the government in the sense that it can be utilized to protect our marine resources, especially in cases of illegal fishing. So in terms of the team and R&D, we've adopted a very lean approach to the business. At Aquaria, I'm the CEO, but the inventors have remained at the university. So the inventors here, you see the professor, he's running the Advanced Manufacturing Technology Station at the university. The value to us is that we have a continuous pipeline of products flowing through from the company. And beyond that, the current development costs us in excess of 40 million rand. The value to the company is that costs stay with the university and don't sit on the books of the company. On the right-hand side here, you see 5 of our market-ready buoys. Total cost, market value is at 25 million bucks. That will be transferred to the company, so you have the capital asset being transferred to the company in the short term. In terms of these partnerships I mentioned to you, we have further projects being developed. In the short term, 2 to 3 years, you will have an underwater glider being developed, and then further to that, an autonomous and a pilot operated underwater vehicle. So the reason why we're building our capabilities here, we believe that there is a need to increase our capability in terms of ocean measurement and monitoring. And obviously this will bring about a better value add to our customers and enhance that the service that we deliver is sufficient for their needs. In terms of accessing the market, what we foresee is that the government will need to deploy about 64 smart buoy units in the next 2 to 3 years, not 2 to 3, let's say 1 to 3 years, as part of the initial infrastructure deployment. We value that deployment at around 300 million rand in terms of the market value. Importantly, in terms of scalability, South African coastline only represents 10% of the total coastline of Africa, and obviously there is room to expand to other markets here. In terms of our value proposition, we want to offer maximum value to customers. So we understand that our customers don't want smart buoys, they don't want gliders, they want information, they want to know what's happening out there in the ocean. So we are evolving our business in the medium term to a space where we're offering information packages. So in terms of this, you see our model will then be that we supply the measurement and observation devices. We will then operate the platforms, and further to that, we will then tailor different information packages for the individual client. There's a further opportunity to scale here in that we can then supply information packages to different clients utilizing the same infrastructure that we have out in the ocean. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Amazing. Well put together. Thank you very much for that. Do our jury members have any questions? Perfect. Linton.
Very impressive stuff. I just want to ask about the organization side of this as a spin-off from your institution. I didn't quite understand whether this will operate as a private company or whether it would be a company that continues to be associated with the institution where you work.
Okay, thank you. So the company is registered on the Companies Act. It is a private company separate from the university. The university is the majority shareholder. At the moment, they hold 100% through a holding company. But beyond that, I think the question speaks to the relationship. There is a relationship into the commercialization policy of the university that there will be a long-term relationship between the spin-off companies and the university, in that the university is directed at producing products that meet societal need. So there is that longer-term relationship in terms of driving the business forward. But the company is most certainly a separate entity from the university.
And just to follow up from that, assuming that this is successful, would staff from the university leave the university and work for the spin-off, or would you look to hire, key staff into the spin-off? I'm just not clear around the staffing.
Sure, thanks. So the understanding is that the professors will stay at the university. The professors are good at doing research. They're not necessarily good at doing business. The expectation is that we train a lot of engineers, a lot of people who actually can work on information generation, etc. Those people will then be deployed into the business. But the actual inventors themselves who are creating the various devices, the understanding that in the long term, they will stay at the university. In terms of incentivizing them to make sure that they are aligned to the success of the company, 10% of the revenue that the university receives is transferred to them. And beyond that, they're involved in the generation of offtake agreements, and they get a finder's fee for all of the agreements that they generate. And they're involved in consultation, and they receive revenue on a contract basis in terms of those. So there are various incentivization programs and packages that we offer them to make sure that they're also happy and aligned with the business.
Yes, I also have a question. So a real impressive, bunch of tech there, really cool stuff. I just see all kind of machine learning and satellite tech and really cool stuff. I mean, like obviously there's a lot of things you can do with that. What I want to understand is, if you got an order for 10, how long will it take to make those?
Yeah, so at the moment, and you will know that currently the manufacture of the 5 happened at the university, and obviously there are certain cost implications as well. That took us 3 to 5 months to generate. So once we move towards operationalization fully operationalization in the company, the expectation is that within a period of 2 months, we will be able to generate around 10.
Yeah, so my one concern is basically really that capacity side of things in terms of scaling it out, because obviously you can send a bunch of salespeople out there to really do the driving sales. But the manufacturing, I think, is really key to make that work, and and so on. Cool.
Yeah, thanks. Fully agree.
Hi, Rebel. Craig here from WWF. Thank you for the presentation. Just a quick question. How does the Smart Buoys compare to satellite telemetry? Is it a cheaper option? So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. So we don't actually try to compete on price. I think the understanding is, in terms of, if you look at the government document as well, there is a space for both of them, right? And both of them play in different spaces. So we have a sister company, AmayaSpace, and we've launched the most advanced satellite from Africa via the company that looks at marine domain awareness. So that part is covered by the other spin-off company. We're not looking at competing there. There's massive capex costs involved in utilizing the space observation. You're looking at a full constellation initial capital investment of 120 million rand, right? And then obviously there is a period that you can deploy that. But I think the value proposition and the cost analysis you need to look at what value can we add by deploying buoys as compared to deploying satellites. The satellites can't work out current movement. They can't work out whether the nitrogen and phosphate levels in the water. They can't actually determine surface temperature, etc. So on that level, there is no competition. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, in a way, because I know the issue on red tides. I mean, that is something that you can get satellite images of in terms of looking at the phytoplankton concentrations. So that is already available. So I'm just looking at the ease competition there, which is more cost effective.
Craig, the question all boils down to, so how much information do you want, right? So if you're looking at satellite information, you'll have to have a larger constellation up there. So if you're looking at nine nanosats up in the sky, you're looking at a 15-minute interval. So with the buoy fleets out in the ocean, you're looking at about same comparable costs, just say 120 million bucks. You could have a fleet of around 30 buoys out there. You could have real-time information being generated and passed on to you. So the question is, what's the distance or interval between the information that you want, and what is the level of accuracy you want in terms of the information? I think in terms of the cost, we need to look at that in terms of a long-term analysis.
Thank you very much, Ravel, and thank you, judges, jury, actually, for those pondering questions. We've reached the end of the startups that were chosen to pitch today, but there were more, and you can see the rest of the pitches on the website, on the Pine platform that we are using. If you go under, so on the left-hand side, you have a panel, and if you go under the expo, the virtual expo, you'll find more startups that pitched. Awesome. So it's time for the jury to deliberate now, and I'm going to ask the jury members to almost say a quick goodbye by switching your video off and muting yourselves and heading over to the WhatsApp groups or the Google platforms that you're using to make decisions. All right. Okay. Linton is still here. And while the jury is deliberating, I just need to ask, or yeah, well, it's a rhetorical question, but I hope everyone has really had time to make use of the platform, use this time that we've had together to meet, share, connect, and discover, because this has really been such an amazing time. And I can't wait to hear who the winners are, because I'm like, those are all amazing pictures. Also, while I've got your attention for a little second, I just wanted to take the time to actually thank our sponsors, because this would definitely not be happening if it wasn't for them. Yeah, so thank you very much. The sponsors are also in the virtual expo tab. They include AWS, the French Embassy, 3D Lab Experience, Westgrow, the City of Cape Town. My goodness, we cannot thank you enough. Thank you very much. And thank you, the viewers, for staying and sticking with it and actually discovering and connecting with us. We love it. One minute left. Whoop, whoop. I know. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. Like, it's nervousness, but also excitement to find out what it is gonna be.
Lisa? I think we are good on our side.
Ah, perfect.
Yes, we're good. So I'll just, Flora, let you share who the winners are.
First of all, I would like to say a few words. So it's a great honor for the French Embassy to be a part of this Ocean Innovation Africa Pitch Competition session. First of all, I would like to congratulate our 6 competitors and to thank you for your amazing work. As you might know, France is committed to support the implementation of Paris Agreement, and the preservation of our oceans is a major aspect of our common goal to hold global warming below 2 degrees. And if we want to succeed, we believe that we need to unite our strength. Entrepreneurs, scientists, politicians, civil society, we all have a role to play, and we need to build bridges between all of us. Stephanie, I think your mic is on. We can hear you. Thank you. This is why French Embassy is supporting the Ocean Hub Africa, a structure that bridges the gap between research and entrepreneurs. So we need you. We need entrepreneurial community to foster the development of economic activities compatible with the preservation of our oceans. We need you to develop a privileged link with research through a sustainable approach. Through this prize, the French Embassy wants to support young entrepreneurs because you are a part of the global solutions. So the jury awarded 2 prizes. The winner gets a $500 grant plus Ocean Hub Africa mentoring session and a possible $3,000 of Amazon Web Service credits, if eligible. And runner-up gets a $500 grant. So on the behalf of the jury, the first prize is attributed to Aequora, and the second prize is attributed to Baitfish. So congratulations to both of you. Maybe if Aequora want to say a few words.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you. So we really appreciate the prize and the recognition via this platform. But the airtime that we had here is great, and thanks for the recognition in terms of what we are putting out there. We hope that we can have great impact in terms of the oceans economy, not just in South Africa, but in the world as well. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for your project. And so, Leza, if you want to conclude. Or Stephanie, maybe, I don't know.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Flora. I appreciate
Thanks a lot, Flora. Yeah, sorry for that. And thanks to all the participants. Congrats to the winners. It was a great session, and I hope that you all get inspired by those projects. And for all entrepreneurs that are online, we have a Q&A session that's coming just now. It's on a Zoom link that you can find from the program tab on the Pine platform. So please come and join. And this is your time to ask any question that you could have to successful entrepreneurs that have been through the great things, but also challenges that any entrepreneur has to know. So thanks a lot again, Flora, and all the jury members for this session. And I hope that we can connect very soon, all of us. Thank you, guys.
Hi, Steph, t'as pas parlé de la masterclass?
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you at the main stage right now. And don't forget to also, I'll tell you now on the main stage about the master.